Right then, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? The chatter around Damian Lillard making his way to the Lakers, even after his recent stint with the Bucks and that injury setback, has got the fan forums buzzing over here in the UK. And blimey, what a story that would be, wouldn't it? As a proper Lakers fan here in London, tuning in at some ungodly hour when the rest of the family's tucked up in bed, you hear whispers like this and your mind just starts racing. It's the kind of move that could genuinely shake things up, a real game changer if it ever came to fruition. We've seen some mental transfers in football, haven't we? Imagine a player of Lillard's caliber, a bona fide superstar, potentially linking up with Luka Doncic. It's the stuff of dreams, innit? When you talk about Damian Lillard, you're talking about a player who, despite the recent injury woes and the short, perhaps underwhelming, time with the Bucks, still carries that undeniable star power. He's a proven clutch performer, a scorer who can light it up from anywhere on the court, and a leader who commands respect. For us British fans, who often appreciate a bit of grit and determination alongside flair, Lillard perfectly embodies that. He's not just a shooter, he's got that fire in his belly, that Dame time mentality where he just takes over when it matters most. You see that in the Premier League, don't you? Those players who just step up in the dying minutes, that's Lillard all over. The thought of him pulling on the purple and gold, well, it gives you goosebumps, doesn't it? Now, let's be proper honest about the situation. The fact he was dispensed by the Bucks does raise a few eyebrows. Was it the injury? Was it a fit issue? These are the questions we're asking over a pint down at the local pub. But even with those concerns, the potential upside is just too massive to ignore. Imagine a backcourt of Luka Doncic and Damian Lillard. That's an offensive juggernaut, mate. Doncic's elite playmaking and scoring combined with Lillard's ability to create his own shot and pull up from anywhere would be an absolute nightmare for opposition defenses. It would be like having two top-tier strikers who can also set up goals for fun. The pick-and-roll possibilities alone are enough to make your head spin. We're talking about a level of offensive firepower that would make the Lakers truly formidable, a team that could go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league. From a British perspective, the idea of these big-name players coming together is always exciting. We love our super teams, whether it's in basketball or football. It adds a certain narrative, a certain drama to the season. You can picture the headlines now, Lillard to Lakers, dial up Dame time INLA. It captures the imagination, and it makes those early morning tip-offs even more worthwhile. We're used to seeing players move around, especially in football, where a star signing can instantly elevate a team's status. Lillard coming to the Lakers would be exactly that, a statement of intent, a declaration that they're going all in for a championship. Of course, there are always challenges with bringing in a player like Lillard. The fit, both on and off the court, is crucial. How would he mesh with the existing roster, particularly with Doncic and Anthony Davis? Would he be willing to adjust his game for the betterment of the team? These are valid points that need to be considered. We've seen in football that sometimes even the most talented individuals struggle to integrate into a new system. But given Lillard's experience and track record, you'd hope he'd be a professional and make it work. Plus, the chance to play for a franchise like the Lakers, with their history and global appeal, must be a huge draw for any player. It's like joining Manchester United or Liverpool. You know you're stepping into something special, something with immense pressure but also immense reward. The salary cap implications, the trade package required if it's not a buyout situation, these are the nitty-gritty details that the front office has to sort out. For us fans, we just want to see the best players on our team, simple as that. We trust Rob Pelinka and the management to make the right decisions, to put together a roster that can compete for a title. And bringing in a player of Lillard's caliber, even with the injury history, suggests a belief in his ability to return to an elite level. It's a calculated risk, no doubt about it, but one that could pay off handsomely. The thought of Lillard hitting those dagger threes, the crowd at Crypto.com arena roaring, the commentators shouting Dame time. It's an exhilarating prospect. It's the kind of moment that makes you feel connected to the team, even when you're watching from thousands of miles away. It's what makes being a Lakers fan so brilliant, the constant pursuit of greatness, the willingness to make bold moves to bring home another championship. So, whilst it's still very much in the rumor mill, the idea of Damian Lillard in a Lakers jersey is certainly enough to get the pulse racing for us here in the UK. It would be a proper statement signing, wouldn't it? A sign that the Lakers are not just aiming for the playoffs, but genuinely gunning for that coveted Larry O'Brien trophy. Blimey, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. It's that kind of ambition that keeps us up at all hours, cheering on the boys in purple and gold. Blimey, so you want to talk about Dame, do I, eh? Proper interesting one, this. When I first heard the whispers about Lillard and the Lakers, especially after that whole Bucks saga and him being let go, I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit mental, isn't it? You know, he's had his injury, and it wasn't exactly a fairytale ending in Milwaukee. But then you start thinking, it's Dame Lillard we're talking about. The man's a proper baller, innit? We've all seen him, haven't we? Those clutch shots, the Dame time moments where he just pulls up from the car park and drains it. It's like when your favorite striker in the Prem just pulls something out of nowhere in the 90th minute, pure magic. For us watching over here, often at 3 in the morning with a cuppa in hand, those moments are what keep you going. So the thought of him doing that in a Lakers jersey, alongside Luka Doncic? Mate, that's just proper brilliant. Imagine the headache he'd give opposition defenses with Doncic's passing and AD finishing everything. It'd be like having 2 Kevin De Bruynes on the pitch, but they can both score 30 points a night. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but he's injured, he's getting on a bit, what about his defense? And yeah, fair point. It's not like he's going to be locking down opponents like a prime Gary Payton. But with a team like the Lakers, with AD in the paint, you hope you can hide him a bit. And what he brings on offense, that pure scoring punch, that ability to stretch the floor and create his own shot, that just outweighs the defensive worries for me. It's a risk, no doubt, but sometimes you've got to roll the dice, haven't you? It's like signing a player in football who's had a few injury niggles, but you know, deep down, he's got that match-winning quality. You take the punt. And let's be honest, the Lakers need another bona fide star who can consistently get you buckets when things get tough. LeBron's not getting any younger, bless him, and you can't put all the pressure on Luka and AD every single night. Dame's got that killer instinct, that mentality that just says, give me the ball, I'll sort it. We love that in our athletes over here. That fearless attitude. It's why we respect players like Steven Gerrard or Johnny Wilkinson, they just don't back down. Lillard's got that same vibe. So, while it's still just pub talk and rumour, the idea of Damian Lillard rocking the purple and gold has certainly got me buzzing. It'd be a statement signing, a proper declaration that the Lakers are going for it, trying to bring that trophy back to LA. And for us fans stuck watching at odd hours, it makes the sleepless nights worth it, doesn't it? Just imagine him sinking a game winner against the Celtics. Blimey, I'd probably wake the whole street up. So, continuing on about Dame Lillard, right? The thing is, for us over here, watching NBA games is a bit of a commitment, innit? It's not like popping down the pub for the footy at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. We're often talking 3 a.m. tip-offs on a Tuesday, trying not to wake the kids. So, when you sacrifice that much sleep, you want to see proper quality, proper entertainment. And Lillard, even with the recent wobbles, absolutely guarantees that. His box office, mate. He's the kind of player that makes you jump off the sofa, even if it means spilling your tea all over the carpet. And think about the narrative, yeah? The whole Dame Time thing, coming to a historic franchise like the Lakers, trying to win that elusive ring. It's a story we can all get behind. We love an underdog, and while the Lakers aren't exactly that, Lillard coming in to prove he's still got it, after being let go by the Bucks, that's a proper redemption arc. It's like when a top player leaves a big club, goes somewhere else, and then comes back to win the league, pure cinema. You can just picture the highlights reels, can't you? The long threes, the celebrations, the sheer audacity of it all. It gets you proper buzzing, thinking about the possibilities. Honestly, the only real fly in the ointment is that injury. We've seen too many brilliant players have their careers hampered by them. But if the Lakers medical staff gives him the all clear, and they believe he can return to something close to his best, then you take that gamble. Because when Lillard is healthy and firing, he's one of the most exciting players to watch in the entire league. He's a game changer, simple as that. So yeah, for me, as a proper Lakers fan here in the UK, if there's even a sniff of Dame Lillard coming to LA, I'm all for it. It would be a proper statement of intent, and it would make those early morning watches even more unmissable.